Through his Smoke Busters podcast and educational initiatives, Stefan, aka MadManPlant, the guy that created this event, has created a space where cannabis enthusiasts and mental health advocates can come together. His platform focuses on teaching home growers how to cultivate their plants while also focusing on their own well being. Rooted in the belief that you can't grow a great plant if you can't grow a great human. That was one of the first things he said to me when I met him. Madman's mission is to empower individuals to overcome challenges and thrive. Did y'all know that Madman is wrapping up his 15-state, 12-month tour across the United States right now, folks? He's been spreading awareness about mental health, home growing, and cannabis education along the way. Stay tuned for more exciting projects coming up soon. And right now, I want to introduce none other than Madman Stefan. Here you go, bro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we embark on a journey together, a journey of raw emotion and personal experience as seen through my own eyes. This speech and the art that you'll soon see are inspired by my deep conversations with Cherry Stoner. A two-time guest on my podcast, Cherry has been incredibly brave in sharing her story with her battles of mental health, trauma, of rape and incest, and the strength she found through creativity. Through her art, she brings a light to her struggle, showing us how to heal and express. Expressions go hand in hand. This painting that you see displayed beside me is Cherry's own work. It represents the box of trauma that she carries with her, an emotional weight that she drags through life, spilling its contents, leaving its mark wherever it goes. As Cherry powerfully describes it, I see my trauma like a cardboard box filled of wet sludge. You can't pick the box up or the bottom drops out. So you have to kick it and you have to drag it everywhere you go. It leaves big, nasty streaks in its past, making a mess of everything. In return to sender, I am putting the box at the door of my abuser. It is their mess now. That statement hit me hard. It's a power symbol of the unseen burden so many of us carry. To reciprocate the vulnerability that she shared with me, I asked Cherry to create a painting that reflects how I truly feel on the inside. A piece that brings to life emotions I've held some time without fully acknowledging them myself. Like her story, mine is filled with the highs and lows, moments of triumphs and times of deep despair. This painting that you and I will witness for the first time today will reveal those emotions, those internal battles that I've faced, and the strength that I found in confronting them. This is my way of being vulnerable, sharing my truth, my journey, and my struggles with you, just as Cherry courageously opened up to me. And as I open up to my community through my podcast and interactions, I am here today to reveal a part that's kept myself sometimes hidden. And in true, don't open it yet, not yet. I'll tell you when. Oh, there you go. In true Cherry fashion, there's always a humor in the process. With over 40 hours spent on crafting this piece, 3 blunts, 2 cones, and 26 joints, that means she smoked about 1.8 joints every hour. Allow me to take you to the story, breaking through a journey between worlds. All right. So now here's the actual speech. So that was the intro to the speech. Oh, you can't show me yet. I'll tell you when. Don't let me see. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today in this moment of reflection and revelation. As we gather here in the soon quiet transition from daylight to dusk, let me take you to a place that only exists in the hours where the world quiets down. The hours that beckon for introspection and revelation. In the realm of my thoughts that occupy my mind, during these serene moments, imagine a gallery. This is no ordinary gallery. Here, each frame, each canvas holds not just pigments and shapes, but vivid stories and depictions of triumph, despair, and enduring conflicts in between. Among these artistic narrations is one that frequently captures my attention. a compelling patrol marked by stark contrast and intense emotions. This piece is not merely just an artwork, it represents a journey, a dialogue between the past and the future self. I call it breaking through. Envision, if you will, a scene divided by a glass window. On one side, a figure sits surrounded by shades of blue, deep hues that spark sadness, regret, and the inertia comfort found in the familiar. The side of this glass represents a world where time seems suspended. The thick air and the weight of what has been, decisions made, opportunities missed, and memories that haunt rather than heal. It's a place where everything seems broken, dark, stagnant, and the echoes of those times we find ourselves dwelling too deeply on the past and forgetting the future. Now open it. On the other side of the glass stands a figure among a burst of vibrant colors, embodying energy, life, and the urgent desire to move forward. This version of myself, animated, determined, is not merely observing, but actively challenge the barrier that separates me from the past to the future. With hands pressed against the glass, this figure strives to shatter the confines, with cracks slowly forming on the surface, a testament that struggle against the self-imposed limits of regret and fear. Central to this scene is a clock, its hands set at 4:20. This is not just a symbol, but a moment of peace and reflection in my own life. It reminds us that time, relentless, unforgiving, marches on. If we do not seize the present, we risk being trapped in a cycle of permanent regret, forever looking back rather than stepping forward. Ladies and gentlemen, this painting is a mirror of my own life struggles and victories. It draws from the roots filled with turmoil and confrontation with my own mortality and a near fatal car accident that shook my very foundation of my existence. Lying among the wreckage, I starkly was reminded by life's fragility. It forced me to contemplate the legacy I was on, to the path I would leave. Would it merely be memories or something more profound? The moment of clarity came on its heels on darker times, marked by the youth with the specter of adolescent suicide, a time where I almost injected myself with gasoline. I was just a young kid lacking purpose and vision. The car accident each year later as an entrepreneur deeply invested in my dreams prevented a stark contrast. It wasn't just about survival. It was about what I was working to build. It was a turning point that made me realize my own vulnerability and fleeting nature of life. That thought haunted me. If I had left that earth that day, what would have been left? Would I have been merely become a ghost, or would my actions have created a lasting imprint? In the pursuit of, I have learned the balance between chasing goals and living in the present. I created a platform where I no longer seek approval for others. My validation comes from the work that I do and the impact that I make. Like the man in the arena, it's the effort, the sweat, and sometimes the blood that validates my choices, not the skeptic's voice. The, the dark through the light concept in my painting represents life's narrow path and sudden bursts of opportunities that seem to explode into existence. Like vibrant colors illuminating a dark canvas. It's about realizing the pinhole view we have is not the entire picture. Cracks in our foundations don't just signify collapse, they are openings for new growth, new beginnings. Each day I strive to live with awareness. I take moments to appreciate the simple joys, spending time with family, enjoying scenery, or simply breathing deeply. Grateful for the chance to make each day count. Remembering the words of Jim Rohn, let me tell you how risky life is. You're not going to make it out alive. It's a stark reminder that we all have an expiration date, but it's what we do before that date defines our lives and legacies. As I foster community through my work, be it through speaking engagements, podcasts, or casual interactions, I emphasize the power of listening and sharing. Real change comes from real interactions, from truly engaging one another's stories and using the narratives to inspire, to motivate, and to heal. The measurement of my impact may not be immediately, but through the continued efforts through podcasts, events, travel, and personal interactions, I see change. It's in the lives transformed, the communities uplifted, and the legacies that will outlast my own voice. And so I invite you as I close to start making your own change. It begins with a step, a decision, a commitment to no longer be a passive observer of your own life. Make a plan, set a goal, create a vision, do whatever it takes to remind yourself daily of who you are and who you try to be. Ladies and gentlemen, let us inspire each other to push forward, to break the constraints, and to step into a life where every color is vivid, every moment is cherished, and every potential is realized. Thank you.